Hi, welcome to Distance with Wax Buffalo. I'm Alicia Reisinger. Each week, we meet with different creators about who they are, what they're doing, and just how they're keeping their hands busy during the time of social distancing. This episode, I'm talking to Autumn Pruitt from Hardy Coffee, based in Omaha, Nebraska. Autumn owns 3 coffee shops in Omaha. They're absolutely beautiful establishments, but they're also known for creating a sense of community. So it's not just a coffee shop, it's really a place to find each other and connect and do it through art and really good food and amazing coffee. So thanks so much for being here with me today, Autumn.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm in the coffee shop by myself right now, so it's nice to have a familiar face to talk with.
I'm like Zoom is giving me life. And I actually just read an article that said that Zoom is one of the companies that's hiring right now. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I wanted to kind of jump in. We are obviously going to make you a candle today, which I'm excited about. So before we start with that though, I just feel like I wanted to hear a little bit about your heart and just like what's happening in the food industry. I feel like the rules keep changing every day for you guys, even differently than all of us. And so, yeah, I kind of just wanted to hear like what you guys are doing and how's your heart?
My team is really incredible right now. I think that this has felt like the longest week ever. You know, like it was exactly a week ago yesterday that we actually closed our cafes and all of the seating and went to go for everything and added curbside at our Highlander location. I feel like so much of the time your job as the leader is to provide vision and like dependability and security and like that just wouldn't be true right now. So I'm just trying to be really vulnerable with my team and say, this is what we know today. This is what we're going to try and implement today. And our leaders have just been here for it in a way that I just couldn't ask for more. And so it's been really great to figure out creative ways that we adapt and try to serve our customers in new and different ways while still being true to our mission and vision of who we are as a company. So
what are some of the ways that you've adapted? I saw that you guys are like, I can order my coffee now online, which I really love.
Yeah.
But yeah, tell me all the other things.
A few things. Yeah, we are doing free local delivery in Omaha where we're taking retail coffee bags, so whole bean or ground to people's houses, delivering that on Wednesdays and Fridays so that you can still have something coffee that's worth tasting at your own house. So that feels good. We launched some sugar cookie decorating kits from the bakery, so people that are locked at home with their kids can get sugar cookies and bags of frosting, and we're doing little tutorial videos that they can jump on and take a look at.
Oh, that's super innovative and cute.
Yeah, and I feel like the hardest part about doing sugar cookies at home is just the mess. Like you're rolling stuff out, you're making all the things, and so like, hey, enjoy the fun part of this, and we'll do cleanup. So that feels like a win. Now we're in the process of hopefully launching some new like gift bags and packages that people can send to friends in the area too, to say, hey, this is our quarantine for one. You get these list of items, and it's a way that you can send a note to a friend and still let them know that you're thinking about them, even if you can't have coffee together right now. So
that's a very smart idea too. Yeah, just like all the things that you can't do together right now, you're creating like tiny little elements to do at home. I love that.
And I think the hardest part for us, like, we exist to bring people together. You know, we love shared spaces, and, you know, we've encouraged people to share tables and charging cables for years. And all of a sudden, like, that's just not an option. And so instead of just being about the product, it's not just about the coffee. It's never just been about the cinnamon rolls. Like, how do we still bring people together, even if we can't do that in the same brick and mortar that we always have? So trying to keep that in front of mind as we brainstorm, instead of just like doing every wild idea that comes to mind, because that would be easy to do too.
Mm-hmm. But I just think that like speaks to your leadership. I mean, even what you were talking about earlier, being able to say like, this is our brand. How do we like take our brand and change it, but still like embrace like that togetherness? Like, so even, coffee kits with a note, like that's beautiful. You know, you're not just selling coffee, you're selling like friendship still. And you're saying like, we're in this together in community. And I love it, Autumn. That's really cool. You also, it kind of just reminds me of like all the things that you do with the Art Plus Work. Like, you know, I noticed that like, it was like one of the very last ones was just days before everything kind of felt like it went crazy. But yeah, like what kind of inspired the Art Plus Work? And then like, is it just kind of the fact that you love the community so deeply and wanted to bring them together? And do you think you'll do like a virtual one? Yeah, tell me about that a little bit.
Yeah, my friend Ariel Panowitz, who you also have done this candle feature with, so that's fun. We had just had coffee together last summer, I think it was, and we were just talking about all of the hard parts of business and the exciting parts of our own businesses. And it was just this realization while we were at the table together that these things that feel big and scary on your own just lose some of that power when you, like the fear loses its power when you say it out loud to each other. And so I think so much of the time in small business, you feel like you're in it alone or you're the only person dealing with that problem. And if we can get a group of like-minded people together to just commiserate and celebrate and talk about the things in their life and business, like it's better together. And I know that that's kitschy, but that's just what we've discovered. And so there's so many resources where people can learn from each other online and take online classes or listen to audiobooks, but there's something really powerful about connecting one-on-one or in small groups. And so we started this event with a panel discussion of local makers and business owners, and we've done 4 or 5 of them now, and each time it's just been really life-giving to be in the same room with people that are figuring it out together, and I'll hand up if they're a little further ahead. And I think that that's really good.
I agree about them being life-giving. Like the last one that I got to be a part of, like I left just feeling like my soul had been filled up. And like, even like, I feel like, you know, like we commiserate or cry, but also like laugh together about the dumb things that we're all trying to figure out. And like, I agree. I think they're really beautiful.
Yeah,
and I'm excited for when we can all go again.
It's so easy online to curate this experience and this image of who you're projecting, but like that just tends to fall away pretty quickly when you're actually together and say like, oh, I think we're a lot alike, and I think that we can do this thing
I
better.
Googled how to do that too. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
How did you learn from that? So it's good. It's good.
Oh, girl. Well, and even like to kind of move into like, we're going to make your little candle, and this is Autumn's vessel. We'll have several different colors, but they're these like kind of antique vintage enamel cups. And I think they're going to make a really cool candle. We're obviously going to pour a little bit of a coffee scent in there because Hardy coffee is just, I don't know, it's comforting to me. It's like robust and comforting. It's like all the things you want in a candle. Obviously owning 3 coffee shops, that's a big endeavor. And so, yeah, I'm just super impressed by you. But I do kind of want to hear the things that you love or bring you comfort so that we can kind of customize your coffee scent for you today. So talk a little bit about like what you'd like to see go in your candle. We'll kind of start the wax off.
Yeah, I think coffee itself is, of course, something that brings me comfort. It's funny because my brother and sister and I all drink coffee like crazy, but it skipped a generation. I don't know if it's a recessive gene, but my grandparents would drink it by the thermos, and neither of my parents drank it the entire time I was growing up. We've like brought my dad over into the light in the last few months, but it's literally been like 10 years of owning a coffee business before my parents are like, I think we'll give it a try.
That's amazing. I actually love that a lot.
But I remember just visiting my grandparents in the summer as a kid, and they were far away too, and 8 hours away, you know, and so we would go. But I remember just sitting at the kitchen table and stirring coffee with my grandpa and getting him ready to head out the door for either a construction job or just for the day. And so those smells like still take me back to their kitchen table. So coffee skipped a generation, but baking didn't. So I definitely learned that from my mom. And I was just telling my husband the other day that as a kid, for my birthday every year, I always asked for a coffee cake instead of actual cake for my birthday. And I don't know if it's just because I
be in this world.
I maybe just like figured out how to cheat the system because you could eat it for breakfast, where the other one you'd have to wait all day. But yeah, for my birthday, my mom always double the crumble recipe in the coffee cake. And so I remember like waking up birthday morning every year and just like breathing in the celebration and getting ready to head down the hall. So cinnamon and cloves and like, okay, good. Rich.
So I think we should put a little cinnamon in there, don't you think? We'll do a little coffee. It smells like coffee, but I also kind of feel like it smells like you're walking into like a coffee shop. It has like a little bit of the vanilla notes, a little bit of the cocoa notes. But I definitely think let's do some cinnamon, just because I think it'll give it, you know, like it'll smell like the way it smells when we walk into Hardy, where you can smell the baking happening in the back and you can smell the coffee, and it just smells like happy.
Yeah, we make all of our chai concentrate in-house, and we do that at our downtown location. And the people that live in the lofts above us are like, this is what I've been smelling coming through my vents. So I always feel like I need to apologize and also tell them they're welcome.
No, they're so lucky. Yeah.
I was like, I smell like work all the time, but there's worse things, right? It's better than
We feel the same way as, like, as a candle shop, like the apartments around us, we're like, I feel like you kind of owe us some rent,
I
right?
know.
Like, or just like a little tax, like a smell tax.
I think so. I think so.
Okay. This smells really, really good. It's like coffee, but it has like, it's, I kind of think it smells like coffee with a hint of chai. That cinnamon really adds to
Oh,
it,
I
you know,
like
and
that.
there's like a
Little
little
dirty
bit of
chai.
vanilla. And yeah. Yes. We could call it
Mhm.
dirty chai. It's perfect. Right now, I feel like we're all trying to like solve problems, but that is kind of the small business world, right? I feel like each step of small business is overcoming a series of problems or overcoming different logistics. What are some of the things that you have overcome in the past? Like, what built you into who you are and where you're going? Yeah.
This entire business process, which I think, again, there's something different about being in the same space. Everybody always just assumes that other people are more successful than they are, or that life is somehow easier for them. And for us, like, it feels like every step of this business venture has been a struggle, in the sense that, like, we started with no money in our pockets and just trying to figure out how to scrape by. I was my only employee starting out. You know, it was like every step of the way figuring out how we could take the next step instead of being able to plan too far down the road. And so we've had some pretty serious setbacks along the way where, you know, I've gambled wrong about a location that we ended up having to open and then close, and just continue to figure out who we are, who we're not as a business, and how to really invest into the neighborhoods that that are authentic and true to that.
It's very honest.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that about you. Like, from my perspective, you're just killing it and you inspire me. And it's funny, like.
So, I mean, starting out, I went to school for business and moved back to Omaha with my husband and started working in this little corner bakery in the Old Market on 11th and Jones. I don't know if you've been there. And at the time, I was just working in this bakery and was planning to save money for a few years to be able to open our own shop. And the owner came to us and said, "Hey, I want out. I think I've heard that you might want to open your own shop. Are you interested?" And I was, but at the same time, like, we didn't have that 4 years of savings that we had really planned on. And so we decided to make the decision then to jump into it. And I'm so glad we did. But it didn't go according to plan even from the very beginning. So it's been
But I totally get it. Like, what an opportunity. Like, you're like, this is the moment. We do it, but like, oh, I get it, girl.
Yeah.
Same employee to start. You know, it's like every step you're like, I think this is the right choice.
Yeah. And same when like launching the coffee roasting program too. We did that in 2015. So it's been just like this incremental growth along the way where we say, I think it's time to do this piece of the puzzle, but it just is always harder than you think it's going to be. I think that us entrepreneurs tend to be optimistic in all the good and bad ways. And so we're like, it won't be that hard. We got this. Like, yeah. So
we blindly jump. Doable. That's what makes us entrepreneurs, right? But I also think like it says a lot about like the way that you've been able to figure out like how to keep trucking through all of this, through all of us being home. And like, I've just seen you, like, it seems like you're thriving, although I know it's also very, very hard, but you like have obviously had to go through some junk in the past, and you can just tell that you're like, here we go, we're doing it again. I know how to pivot. Which
it was so funny. Cool. So on top of just, you know, COVID-19, we also had our water shut off downtown on like Wednesday of this week because there was construction in the area, and like so we got a message from MUD the night before. So I'm like talking to my shop manager and we're troubleshooting it. It's like, we should use like our big Cambros of hot water, and then we'll still have running water. And like we got it all figured out, and we were just laughing. She was like, so it's like Hutch Fest, but inside. And it's like every moment that we've spent over the last 10 years has been like MacGyvering a solution to this last week. And so it's like just flexing the muscles that we've been building for other projects. But I think figuring out how to be adaptable, knowing that we've done it before.
Yeah, was a perfect way to put it. Absolutely. Yeah. So you're not really working from home. You are not in the shop, right? So your kind of like work from home tips are different than ours, but you're still in an empty space.
They are.
With, you know, and it doesn't seem the same. So like, what have been your tips for adapting and feeling like you're still going to be okay?
I think the trick is that I still am working from home a lot because there's just more work to do. And so it's like, like my husband and I are both just working crazy hours right now. And so it's being at work all day and then still having a list of things that have to get done. Yeah. But we have two small kiddos that like they're 4 and 1.5. And And it's really important to me to give them my undivided attention for at least a good chunk of the day. So yeah, I've been trying really hard. When I get home, like I literally have to shut my phone off. Like it's not enough for me just to like turn it over or put it in a different room. I shut it off for 3 hours to say like, if I have it on, I'm going to be looking at Slack messages. I'm going to be checking email. I'm going to be returning calls. And in some ways, because we have shortened hours at our shop right now, we close at 6. Nobody desperately needs anything from me. It's just too easy to scroll. It's too easy to like be distracted. And I would rather work again later at night and give everything my undivided attention instead of just having each piece of my mind be in separate places while I'm actually, my body is somewhere else, you know? So trying really hard.
Super good advice.
Present.
Yeah. I think that's incredible advice, and like something that I need to take to heart too. Same with all of the kiddos. It's like, it's very easy when you're at home to just always be on and never actually be present again in real, you know, in a real way.
Yeah. And we even just, my husband and I decided this next Monday, because we take Mondays off together as a whole family. And we just have more work than we can get done in the normal work week right now. And so like, hey, let's just split the day. You and I might not see each other for 8 weeks, but at least our kids are going to get one of us full time. So you work in the morning, I'll work at night. And while we're here, let's be here. Like when we're home, let's try really hard to be in the moment, at least for now. And I know with so many people working from home and also teaching and doing all of the things with our kids right now, that's a luxury, but it's one that we're trying to be really intentional with.
I love it. It's actually really inspiring. It's good. It's good motivation for me too, to think through that with intention, for sure. Mm-hmm. I like your heart a lot.
It's okay sometimes. Yeah. I like my aspirations. I think usually it's the day-to-day of actually pulling it off that it's good to have people remind you what you said you were going to do. So.
Oh girl, seriously. Seriously. That's where like the proof comes in. Should we pour your candle?
Yes,
okay.
Please.
I picked the pink one for today, but we'll have all the different colors as well.
I love it.
And here it is. And it smells amazing. It honestly smells like, I feel like it smells like your coffee shop. I hope we nailed it. Yeah, it's just like coffee and cinnamon and
I love it.
Vanilla and happiness. And this will take about
I feel like I should have been more
48
creative.
hours.
I should have added like lemongrass and rosemary or something. So, but sometimes just the basics are what we need.
I'll send it to you and you give me all your notes. And if we want to try again, honestly, like pouring candles for people right now is giving me life. It's very selfish. And
Can we just do a daily Zoom call and hang out?
Yes.
I also love that. Okay.
You know, like I'll just follow you around on your shoulders so you can keep getting work done. And I'll just be like, what else is Autumn doing today? Yeah, it smells amazing. It smells really good. I'm excited to send this to you. It'll take a couple days and then I'll pop it out to you. And then of course, this candle will be available for everybody online as well at waxbuffalo.com. And we'll have a bevy of colors that people can choose from. I'm super grateful that you jumped on today, and it's good to hear your heart. And I just like, I know all of us have just been like thinking about all of you in the food service. It's a different game for you right now. And I hope that we can, as a community, come together and support you. And we all want you to still be there when this is all over. And so sending all our love, all our support.
Yeah, we are going to keep trying to solve new problems for customers and meet them where they're at and to be really responsive. But we also hope that people will vote with their dollars to keep the kinds of businesses open in this time that they want to see afterwards. And so if you have $4 to spend on a coffee, we hope that you'll choose local. We hope that you'll shop small, and we'll do our best to make that really worthwhile.
You are doing your best to make it worthwhile. It's 100% worthwhile. And it's a great note to vote with our dollars. Like it's very important right now.
And it's always been true, but I just think never more obvious. So we're grateful for every person that gives us a call or walks through our online door. So
yes. Oh my gosh. Girl, you're amazing. And I really appreciate this. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be on your shoulder.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll wear an apron with pockets, so we'll hang out. But, hey, thank you so much for thinking of us. We are cheering you on from Omaha, and we're looking forward to doing this together.
Same here. All right. I can't wait to hug you in real life.
I know. That sounds great. Okay. Bye, Alicia. Right. Thank you.
Bye.
I had a friend tell me a couple days ago that she picks up her wax buffalo candle and takes it around the house with her as she moves around because it just is such a comforting source for her. And I know that candles are not going to change anything within the realm of the coronavirus. But I do hope that they do bring you all a little bit of comfort, and that makes me very happy. The money raised from this line is going to go to keeping the lights on in small businesses. And then any money above that will go to the Lincoln Food Bank to help kids while they're out of school. I just want to thank you again for joining us here on Distance. We'll be back with another episode soon and another creative. Thanks again. Bye.